confusion around the format of the class itself, so I want to clear that up. Now, if you watched the previous video, if you have a sense of how the class is working, this probably won't be that useful for you. However, I do talk a little bit more about the quizzes that you need to take, so maybe you want to watch. Your call. All right, so the way it's working is the class is divided up into 4 groups. It's a little bit strange, but this is the only way it works this semester due to health precautions. So I can only have less than 40 of you in the class at a time. So we've got 4 different groups. You only come to class on the day that your group comes to class. So Tuesday or Thursday at 8 a.m., you come to class. 2 weeks later, you do that again. Now, on that day, if you look at the syllabus, there is an in-person section of the syllabus and a virtual section. For the in-person section, it is going to list the reading or the video that you have to watch or work your way through before you come to class. First week, it doesn't really matter because it's the first week. However, from now on, I want you to have read the thing, right? So if you're in the class tomorrow or if you're in class next week, you should look at Horace Mitchell, Body Ritual Among the Nasarima, which is on Blackboard. His name was Horace Mitchell Minor, so it might be under Horace Minor. We'll work through it in class. It doesn't matter if you get to it. But from now on, you look at the in-person stuff and you do that before you get to class. On the days that your group is not coming to class, you do not need to use Zoom or Microsoft Teams or Blackboard Collaborate. You don't have to be there. This class is considered asynchronous. So for the rest of the 2 weeks, you have to work your way through the virtual material. So every time I will record some lectures to share with you. I will have some class readings. Some of them will be on Blackboard. Some of them will be in the book, right? So you can see there are things that you have to read during the 2 weeks, right? Week 1 and week 2, you have to finish that material during that time at your own pace. That does put a lot of responsibility on you. So make sure you give yourself a schedule. Don't wait until the last minute to do it. The other thing you have to do is at the end of each chapter, there is going to be a quiz. That quiz is going to include all the material from the chapter you read, and it also will include other material that you were required to know for that time. So if, for example, you're taking quiz at the end of chapter 1 or chapter 5, it might include material from this dominant approaches video that I recorded and put on the class YouTube channel. Right? So make sure you're caught up, finish all the material, then take those quizzes. The quizzes are open notebook and open book. These are not designed to trick you. I want you to do well in this course. If you're struggling with the quizzes, talk to me and I'll figure out something. Right? So do the reading, watch the videos, and then you take the quizzes at the end. That happens every 2 weeks. We have 2-week cycles in this course. Hopefully we remain at Brockport for the whole semester. That will be the plan. If, unfortunately, the coronavirus spreads at Brockport and you have to go home, then we'll have to move completely online, but we'll talk about that plan when we get there. Next thing I want to show you related to this. You might be saying, okay, so what does it mean to take a quiz at the end of the chapter? All right, so if you go to Blackboard and you go over and click on PanOpen in the menu, you're going to see this. Click on this. And you'll see the PanOpen page for the class. Now, if you go on another tab, you also might see that the Miami Heat are playing the Milwaukee Bucks in the playoffs. I believe it's a close game. It's fourth quarter. I'm going to go back to the game as soon as I'm done recording the video. It is a commercial right now, and it is a commercial for TikTok. So there you go. All right, back to the video. So go to PanOpen, and you will click on My Library. It might look slightly different for you because I have the instructor's version, and then you see all the chapters from the book. For this week or this 2-week module, you have to read chapter 1. I cut out a bunch of sections for chapter 1. So chapter 1 is going to be very short. And then at the end of reading chapter 1, you take the quiz. That's the first quiz for the class. Then you want to read chapter 5 on culture. At the end of reading chapter 5, which is longer, take the quiz. That's the plan. Quizzes are going to be short. I'll try to have them never be longer than 10 questions. The goal is usually like 5 to 7 questions. So take the quizzes, keep up with material. You'll be in good shape. The other thing that I want to tell you is if you're having any problems with the book, if you're confused, PanOpen has a very good customer service team. So you can contact me. If it's some sort of tech issue with your account, contact them and they're great. I've had very good experience, which is one of the reasons I'm using this book, one of the reasons I'm using this company, PanOpen. So it hopefully should make sense. So that's the plan. final thing I'll say, if you find that you're reading the chapters and you're still confused, or maybe there's a concept that seems important that you don't understand and you want me to record another little explanatory video, just let me know. I'm always happy to record more videos, but I don't want to overwhelm you with content. So for this reason, this week I'm just giving you one video plus the 2 chapters, take the quizzes at the end. So hopefully that makes sense. Tell me if it doesn't. I think it should have answered most of your questions. Final point, there will never be quizzes that are not on PanOpen. So there'll be in-class writings, but every quiz is going to be on PanOpen. All right, that is it. I hope you have a good evening. I'll see some of you in class tomorrow. I'm going to share the video and go back to watching the basketball game.